Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you an NFL Week 5 preview between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with Miami.
I came away impressed with Ryan Tannehill's decisiveness throwing the football last week versus Arizona, and they're going to have that type of game again this week versus Cincinnati, as the Bengals provide the same type of defensive intensity in the passing game. So that's why I think utilizing the backs as receivers in the passing game to work the flats, to loosen up that middle, and that way you'll be able to run your inside routes. I think that's how the Dolphins can have success. The offensive line has to have an encore performance. You got to keep the trash out of the face of Ryan Tannehill in order to have success. Now, defensively, they got to come in and find a way to get rid of Andy Dalton's #1 target. So let's go back inside the lab to see how the Dolphins can play effective defense versus the Bengals passing game.
I think the Dolphins can have some success this week against Andy Dalton in that passing attack by utilizing cover 4, quarters coverage, we like to call it. Why? Each one of these defensive backs are responsible for a quarter of the field, and the low positioning of these 4 makes it easier for these guys to run up and make tackles against the quick outs and also the outside run. So if the Dolphins want to try to hit the plays quickly out of the backfield with the quick passing game with Reggie Bush, or even throw the quick passes to Devon Best and company, these guys are in position to make plays. And it also gives you a lot of opportunity for your pass rush to get to the quarterback, and it serves as more like a tilted cover 2. So it fools the quarterback in thinking he's seeing cover 2 to make one of these throws down the hash, and that way these guys can pick off the pass. So I think if the Dolphins are going to have some success against the Bengals, it's going to be utilizing the quarters coverage, because Andy Dalton is one of those guys, sees it, throws it, and it could be intercepted.
Now let's look at the Bengals in this ball game. You look at their defense. They're having some issues right now in the secondary due to some injuries, but you got to like what you see out of the rookie free agent Vontaze Burfict, done a great job in coverage and also stopping the run. I think they have to worry about stopping the run in this game against the Dolphins. If they don't stop the run, Reggie Bush will have a field day, and they won't need to worry about the secondary because they'll just run the football downhill. The Bengals have to make sure they stay gap disciplined versus this inside zone and outside zone type of running attack. If they can do that, they can have success on the back end, as they will be able to get pressure, because I have full confidence in their ability to get to the quarterback. Now, offensively speaking, you look at how they can attack the Dolphins in this ball game. I think they have to get creative in the running game, get some weapons involved. So let's go back inside the lab to see how they can do so.
I think the Bengals can get creative in their running game by utilizing Hawkins or Sanu, or both guys, to get the running game going. And I see right here we're going to have what we call a wide receiver counter. And I'm going to show you how we're going to block it. This is the key guy, because we're going to kick him out with this backside guard who's going to come around, boom, kick him out, up, combo to the backer, knock him out, stalk, get that guy right there. And his running back is going to have to try to block this in, and we're going to bring him around. Quarterback opens out, hands the football off, and he's running to daylight. We're going to have the receiver go try to block the strong safety, so he's going to have to make this guy miss. So the quarterback reverse pivots, opens up, and hands the ball off to either Hawkins or Sanu, so that way you can utilize their speed. And he's essentially following the backside guard as he kicks out this defensive end, and he's running to daylight. So if the Bengals want to get creative in a running game, I suggest utilizing Hawkins or Sanu to do so.
Now let's take a look at the personnel breakdown to see where the advantages and disadvantages are. You can see this team, both teams are strong defensively. I think the advantage and disadvantage comes on the offensive side of the football. So which offense will step up to the plate? X factor for the Dolphins has to be Cole Misi covering Jermaine Gresham. That's going to be huge. That's a battle he has to win throughout the ball game. And it leads me into my X factor for the Bengals, which is Jermaine Gresham. They got to find a way to get him more involved in the offense. Yes, they're going outside to the flanks, but this game will be won on the insides, and he's going to have to be a huge part of the puzzle. I like the Bengals in this game. I think this game will actually be closer than what people think. I think the Dolphins do have an outstanding defense, but I look at the offense being able to put up points consistently. I don't think they're there yet. I like the Bengals' approach to this ball game. They will spread the football around the field and get everyone involved to come away with the victory. I also want to thank Bengals fans and Dolphins fans for always showing football game plan support.